Information Communication Technology. Challenges faced by teachers to while using information communication technologies in Moi Teachers Training College Baringo. This is grade 9 of 2J, class of 2024. A research project submitted to the Department of Education of Moi Teachers College Baringo in partial fulfillment of the requirements of the awards in Diploma Teachers Education. Submitted that is 18th May 2026. Declaration. We, the undersigned, affirm that this is our original work and has not been submitted to any other institution other than Moi Teachers Training College Baringo for the academic award of Diploma in Teacher Education. Acknowledgement. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to God for good health during the project, our senior principal, Mr. Samuel Bichok, for providing a stimulating academic environment for research, our research supervisor, Mr. Bernard Ongaro, for his invaluable guidance, encouragement, and constructive feedback towards the development of this research project. We are also thankful to our colleagues, teacher trainings for cooperation during our interview. Special thanks to my fellow researchers for their cooperation, helpful discussions, moral support, and the resources. After that, we have the table of content. Then the list of abbreviations, then the abstract.
The study investigated the challenges faced by teacher training in the use of information and communication technology tools at Moi Teachers College Baringo. Information and communication technology has become an important component of modern education because it improves teaching and learning, enhances communication, supports research activities, and helps learners acquire digital skills required in competence-based education. ICT tools such as computer, internet service, projector, printers, smartboard, and educational software are widely used in educational institutions to support learning activities. Teacher trainees are expected to use these technologies effectively during their training so that they can integrate ICT into teaching and learning in their future career. Despite the importance of ICT in education, many teacher trainees experience challenges that affect effective utilization of ICT facilities within the college environment. The purpose of the study was to investigate the challenges faced by teacher training in the use of ICT tools at Moi Teachers College Baringo. The study sought to identify ICT tools available in the college, determine whether the available ICT facilities were adequate, establish the challenges faced by teacher trainees when using ICT tools, and suggest possible
measures for improving ICT integration in the college. The study was guided by 4 research objectives and corresponding research questions. The study employed a descriptive research designed because it enabled the researcher to obtain detailed information concerning the experience and opinions of teacher trainees regarding the use of ICT tools. The target population consisted of teacher trainees in the college. A sample size of 6 teacher trainees was selected through simple random sampling to ensure that every trainee had an equal chance of participating in the study. Data was collected through interview using a structured interview guide. The collected information was organized, transcribed, and analyzed using thematic analysis, frequencies, and percentages. The findings of the study reveal that the college has several ICT facilities, including computers, internet service, projectors, printers, smartboards, and educational software. However, The available facilities were found to be inadequate for the increasing
The study further established that the major challenges faced by the teacher trainee include inadequate computer power and unreliable internet connection, lack of adequate ICT skills among some trainees, frequent power interruption, breakdown of ICT equipment, and limited access on ICT laboratories. These challenges negatively affected learning activities, online research, classroom participation, and acquisition of practical ICT skills. The study concluded that although ICT plays a significant role in improving teaching and learning, several barriers limit its effective utilization among teacher training. The study recommended that the college maintenance of ICT equipment, organized ICT training program for training, and ensure reliable electricity supply. Implementation of those recommendations will improve ICT integration and enhance the quality of teacher training at small teachers college Baringo. Chapter 1, Introduction. Background of the study. Information and communication technology has become an important component of modern education system worldwide. The rapid advancement of technology has transformed the way teaching and learning are conducted in educational institutions. ICT refers to the use of technology tools and resources such as computer, printers, projectors, internet service, smartboard, mobile phone, and educational software to create, store, process, communicate, and manage information. The integration of ICT in education has enhanced access to information, improved communication, and promoted interactive and learner-centered approach to teaching and learning. In Kenya, the implementation of competent-based education has emphasized the need of teachers and learners to possess digital literacy skills. Teacher training college play a critical role in preparing future teachers who are expected to integrate ICT into classroom instruction. Through ICT integration, teacher trainee can access online learning resources, conduct research, prepare teaching material, communicate with lecturers, and improve professional competency. The government of Kenya and other educational stakeholders have invested in ICT infrastructure in learning institutions by providing computers, internet connectivity, projectors, and digital learning resources. Despite these efforts, many teacher trainees continue to experience challenges while using ICT tools. These challenges may include inadequate ICT facilities and reliable internet service, insufficient ICT skills, power interruption, limited access to computer laboratories and equipment breakdown. The effective use of ICT is essential in enhancing learning experience and preparing competent teachers for digital era. However, if the challenges faced by teacher training are not addressed, the quality of ICT integration in teacher education may remain inadequate. Therefore, this study sought to investigate the challenges faced by teacher training in the use of ICT tools in teacher training college and propose possible solutions for improving ICT integration.
Statement of the problem. The integration of ICT tools in teacher training college is intended to improve teaching and learning, enhances communication, facilitates research, and equip teachers training with digital competencies required in modern classrooms. Although many colleges have invested in ICT resources such as computers, internet services, projectors, printers, smartboards, and educational software, teacher trainees continue to encounter various difficulties in accessing and using these tools effectively. Observation within teacher training college indicate that some trainees experience challenges such as inadequate ICT equipment, slow internet connectivity, limited ICT skills, frequent power outages, restricted access to ICT laboratories, and occasional breakdown of ICT facilities. These challenges may hinder effective learning, reduce opportunities
for technology integration and affect the preparedness of teacher trainees to use ICT in their future teaching careers. If these challenges are not identified and addressed, these efforts, the efforts to integrate ICT in teacher educational may not achieve the intended outcomes. Therefore, this study investigated the challenges faced by teacher trainees in the use of ICT tools in teacher training college and explored possible measures for improving ICT integration. Objectives of the study. General objective: to investigate the challenges faced by teacher training in the use of ICT tools in teacher training college. Specific objective: the study is sought to identify the ICT tools available in the college for the use of teacher trainees. Determine the adequacy of the available ICT resources for teacher trainees. Establish the challenges faced by the teacher trainees in the use of ICT tools. Suggest measures that can be implemented to improve the use of ICT tools in teacher training colleges. Research questions. The study was guided by the following research questions. What ICT tools are available for the use of teacher trainees in the college? Are the available ICT resources adequate for the teacher trainees? What challenges do teacher trainees face when using ICT tools in the college? What measures can be taken to improve the use of ICT tools in teacher training colleges?
Justification of the study. The integration of ICT in education is essential for improving the quality of teaching and learning in teacher training colleges. Teacher trainees are expected to acquire digital skills that will enable them to effectively integrate technology into classroom instruction upon graduation. However, challenges in the use of ICT tools may limit their ability to develop these competencies. This study was necessary because it provided information on the challenges experienced by teacher trainees in using ICT tools. Understanding these challenges helped identify gaps in ICT infrastructure, access, and utilization within the college. The findings of the study also provided practical recommendations that can assist educational institutions and stakeholders in improving ICT integration and enhancing the quality of teacher education. Significance of the study. The findings of this study may be beneficial to various stakeholders, which includes teacher trainees, college administration, policy makers and educational stakeholders, then future researchers also. Scope of the study focused on the challenges faced by teacher trainees in the use of ICT tools in teacher training colleges. It specifically examined the ICT tools available in the college, the adequacy of these resources, the challenges experienced by trainees, and possible measures for improving ICT integration. The study was conducted within our training college and involved 6 teacher trainees selected through simple random sampling. Data were collected using interviews and analyzed using thematic analysis, frequencies, and percentages. The study concentrated only on teacher trainees and did not include lecturers, administrators, or other college staff. Limitation of the study. The study encountered several limitations. Limitation number one, the study involved limited sample size, that is the limitation number one. The study involved only 6 teacher trainees, which may not fully represent the experiences of all the trainees in the college. Then there was time constraints. The researcher had limited time to conduct the study, to collect data, analyze findings, and prepare the report. Then also respondent availability. Some respondents were not readily available due to class schedules and other academic commitments. Then reliance on self-reported information. The study depended on information provided by respondents during interviews, which may have been influenced by personal opinions and perceptions. Despite these limitations, appropriate measures were taken to ensure that the information collected was reliable and useful for achieving the objectives of this study. Chapter 2, Introduction. This chapter reviews related literature on the use of information and communication technology, that is ICT, in education. The chapter discusses the meaning of ICT, importance of ICT in education, ICT tools used in teacher training colleges, challenges faced by teacher trainees in using ICT tools, and measures that can improve ICT integration in colleges. The review is based on views from different scholars, educational organizations, and government publications related to ICT in education.
Meaning of information and communication technology. Information and communication technology refers to electronic tools and technologies used to collect, store, process, and share information. ICT tools include computers, internet services, projectors, printers, smart boards, mobile phones, and educational software. According to UNESCO 2020, ICT helps improve communication and access to educational information in schools and colleges. ICT allows learners and teachers to access learning materials through digital platforms and internet services. Kochari CR 204 explained that ICT supports research, communication, and learning activities in modern education systems. Similarly, Ministry of Education Kenya 2020 stated that ICT integration in education helps learners acquire digital skills needed in modern society and future workplaces. In teacher training colleges, ICT is important because teacher trainees are expected to use technology during lesson preparation, teaching, communication, and assessment. 2.3 Importance of ICT in education. ICT plays an important role in improving the quality of teaching and learning. According to John Criswell, 2014, ICT makes learning more interactive and learner-centered. ICT tools such as projectors, educational videos, and digital presentation help learners understand concepts more easily. UNESCO 2019 explains that ICT improves access to educational resources because learners can access online books, journals, educational websites, and digital libraries. Research by World Bank 2021 shows that ICT improves communication between learners and teachers through online discussions, emails, and virtual learning platforms. According to Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development 2021, ICT supports competency-based education, that is CPE, because it helps learners develop practical digital skills and encourage independent learning. 2.4 ICT tools used in teacher training college. Examples are computers, internet services, projectors, printers, smart boards, educational software. 2.5 Challenges faced by teacher trainees using ICT tools. Although ICT is important in education, teacher trainees face several challenges when using ICT tools in college. The example are inadequate facilities. According to UNESCO 2020, some educational institutions do not have enough ICT facilities, such as computers and projectors. This shortage limits access to digital
learning resources and practical learning opportunities for teacher trainees. Poor internet connection is another one. Slow and unreliable internet connection affects online learning and research activities. According to World Bank 2021, it explains that poor internet services make it difficult for learners to access educational materials online. Lack of ICT skills. Some teacher trainees lack adequate computer knowledge and skills needed to use ICT tools effectively. According to Kotavi 204, limited ICT knowledge reduces learners' confidence when using digital technologies. Frequent power interruption. Electricity problems interrupt computer lessons, internet access, and online learning activities. According to Ministry of Education Kenya 2020, power interruption affects effective ICT integration in educational institutions. Breakdown of ICT equipment. Computers, printers, and projectors sometimes develop technical problems that interfere with learning activities. Lack of proper maintenance reduces the availability of ICT facilities for learners. Limited access to ICT laboratories. Some colleges have limited ICT laboratories which cannot accommodate all teacher trainees at the same time. This reduces practice time and affects acquisition of ICT skills. Measures for improving the use of ICT tools. Several measures can improve ICT integration in teacher training colleges. According to UNESCO 2020, colleges should provide more ICT facilities such as computers, printers, projectors, and internet services.
World Bank 2021 recommends improving internet connectivity in order to support research and online learning activities. According to KICD 2021, educational institutions should organize ICT training programs for learners and teachers to improve digital literacy skills. International Society for Technology Education, 2018, also recommends regular maintenance of colleges should further ensure reliable electricity supply to reduce interruptions during ICT lessons and online learning activities. Conclusion on the literature review. The reviewed literature shows that ICT plays an important role in improving teaching and learning in teacher training colleges. ICT tools such as computers that we've mentioned earlier promote learning. Then, however, several challenges affect effective use of ICT among teacher trainees. These challenges include inadequate ICT facilities, poor internet connection, lack of ICT skills, power interruptions, breakdown of ICT equipment, and limited access to ICT laboratories. The literature further shows that improving ICT facilities, internet connectivity, ICT training, technical support, and maintenance of equipment can improve ICT integration in teacher training colleges. Chapter 3.
Introduction 3.1. This chapter describes the methodology that was used to conduct the study. It explains the research design area of the study, target population, sample size, sampling technique, data collection methods, research instructions, data collection procedure, data analysis techniques, and ethical consideration. The methodology guided the researcher in collecting and analyzing information concerning the challenges faced by teacher trainees in the use of ICT tools in Moi Teachers College, Baringo. 3.2 Research Design. The study employed a directive research design. Descriptive research design is a method used to collect information by describing existing situations, conditions, and problems as they occur naturally without manipulation. The design was considered appropriate because it enables the researcher to obtain detailed information about the challenges experienced by teacher trainees in the use of ICT tools. It also helps the researcher gather opinions, experiences, and suggestions directly from the respondents. The design allowed the researcher to describe the fallibility of ICT tools, determine their adequacy, in identifying challenges experienced by teacher trainees, and establish possible measures for improving ICT integration in the college. 3.3 area of the study. The study was conducted at Moi Teachers College, Baringo. The college was selected because it integrates ICT tools in teaching and learning activities. Teacher trainees in the college regularly use computers, internet services, projectors, printers, smart boards, and educational software during their studies. The institution provided a suitable environment for investigating the challenges faced by the teacher trainees in the use of ICT tools because ICT forms an important part of teaching and learning activities within the college. 3.4 Target population. The target population considered 504 teacher trainees in Moi Teachers College, Baringo. Teacher trainees were selected because they are the direct users of ICT tools during learning activities. They regularly interact with computers, internet services, projectors, educational software, and other technological resources provided by the college. Therefore, they were in a better position to provide accurate information regarding the challenges encountered in the use of ICT tools. 3.5 Sample size. A sample size of 6 teacher trainees were used in the study. The respondents were considered adequate because the study relied on interviews, which required collection of detailed information from each participant. The 6 respondents provided sufficient information regarding ICT facilities available in the college, their adequacy, challenges experienced during usage, and possible solutions for improving ICT integration. 3.6 Sampling technique. The study used simple random sampling to select the respondents. Simple random sampling is a technique in which every member of the target population has an equal size of being selected to participate in the study. The technique was selected because it minimized biasness during respondent selection in the promoted fairness. The researcher prepared a list of available teachers trainees and randomly selected 6. The respondents from the population. This ensured that the selected participants represented the fields and the experiences of the teacher trainees in the college. 3.7 Data collection methods. The study used interviews as the main method of data collection. An interview is a method of collecting information through direct interaction between the researcher and the respondents. During the interview, the researcher asked the questions and recorded the responses provided by the participants. The interview method was suitable because it enabled the researcher to obtain detailed explanations concerning challenges faced by the teacher trainees in the use of ICT tools. It also allowed respondents to express their experiences, opinions, and suggestions freely. The method further explained the researchers to seek clarification whenever a response was not clear, thereby improving the accuracy of the information collected. 3.8 Research instrument. The researcher used a structured interview guide as the main instrument for data collection, herein attached in the interview guide, which is in 3.81 interview guide.
The interview guide contained of organized questions based on the objectives of the study. The question focused on ICT tools available in the college, adequacy of ICT facilities, challenges faced by teacher trainees in using ICT tools, possible measures for improving ICT integration, The interview guide ensures that all respondents were asked similar questions, which enhanced consistency and reliability of the data collected. Their responses were captured and documented as attached. That is 3.82. That is the interview responses. Validity of research instrument. Validity refers to the ability of a research instrument to measure what is intended to measure. To ensure validity, the interview guide was prepared according to the objectives of the study. The questions were carefully formulated to ensure that they addressed the challenges faced by teacher trainees in using of ICT tools. The researcher also reviewed the interview questions to ensure that they were clear, relevant, and easy for respondents to understand. Reliability of the research instrument. Reliability refers to the consistency of a research instrument in collecting data. The researcher ensured reliability by using a structured interview guide for all respondents. The same questions were asked to every participant, which helped to obtain consistent information. The interview guide was also organized according to the study objectives to ensure uniformity during data collection. Data collection procedure. Before conducting the study, the researcher sought permission from the administration of Moi Teachers Training College, Baringo. After
Data collection procedure. After having been issued with the question paper by the research supervisor, Mr. Okado, the researchers drafted a project proposal for 2 days. Thereafter, conducted an interview for 1 day from six teachers training, who were then selected through simple random sampling to participate in the study. The researcher scheduled interview session with the selected respondent and explained the purpose of the study before beginning the interview. During the interview, respondents answered questions contained in the interview guide while the researchers recorded their responses. Data analysis. The information collected from the respondent were organized, transcribed, and analyzed using thematic analysis, frequencies, and percentage. Thematic analysis involved identifying common ideas and putting similar response into theme. For example, response related to shortage of computer were grouped under the theme inadequate ICT facilities, while response related to internet problem were grouped under the theme poor internet connectivity. Frequencies were used to determine the number of respondents who provide similar response, while percentage were used to summarize and present the findings. The analyzed data was presented in descriptive form using tables, frequencies, percentage, and narrative explanation. 3.13 Ethical consideration. The researchers observed ethical principles throughout the study. Participation in the study was voluntary, and respondents were informed about the purpose of research before the interview were conducted. The respondents were given the freedom to participate willingly without any form of coercion. Confidentiality and privacy were maintained by ensuring the respondent name was not included in the research report. Information collected during the study was used strictly for academic purpose only. The researchers also treated all respondents with respect and honesty throughout the data collection process to ensure a positive professional research environment. Work plan. 3.16 chapter summary. The chapter has described the methodology that was used in conducting the study. The study employed descriptive research design and was carried out at Moi Teachers College, Baringo. 6 teachers trainees were selected through simple random sampling and interviewed using structured interview guide.
Move to chapter 4.
Chapter 4, Introduction. This chapter presents the results obtained from the study on the challenges faced by teacher trainees in the use of ICT tools at Moi Teachers College, Baringo. The study involved 6 teachers trainees who were selected through simple random sampling. Data was collected using interview and presented according to the research objective. Response 4.2 responsive rate. The researcher targeted 6 teachers training for the study. All the selected respondents participated in the interview process give a response rate of 100%. Category teacher training total targeted respondent, actual respondent and percentage. The response rate was considered adequate because all selected respondents participated in the study and provided required information. ICT tools available in the college. The first objective sought to identify ICT tools available in the college. The respondents were asked to mention ICT tools and commonly used during the learning activity table. 4 ICT tools available in the college. The table shown in the findings reveal that all respondents identified computer internet service as the most available ICT tools in the college. Most respondents also mentioned printers, projectors, educational software, and smartboards. During the interview, respondents explained that computers were mainly used for typing, assignments, conducting research, accessing learning materials, and preparing lesson notes. Internet service enabled them to access online educational resources and communicate with lecturers and fellow trainees. The findings therefore showed that the college had a variety of ICT tools that supported teaching and learning activities. 4.4 adequacy of ICT facilities. The second objective sought to determine whether the available ICT facilities were adequate for teacher training. Respondents were asked whether the available ICT facilities met their learning needs. Table 5 adequacy of ICT facilities, that is response frequency and percentage. The results show that that 5 respondents responding 83% stated that their available ICT facilities were inadequate, while 1 respondent representing 17% indicate that the facilities were adequate. The respondent who considered the facilities inadequate explained that the number of computers was not sufficient. Several students shared one computer during practical lessons. Access to ICT laboratories was limited. Internet connectivity was not always reliable. One respondent said that facilities were fairly adequate but required improvement to accommodate the global.
Move to chapter 5. What I want to avocado.
Chapter 5, Introduction. This chapter presents the analysis and interpretation of data collected from 6 teacher trainees at Moi Teachers Training College, Baringo. Data obtained using interview guide by structured questions based on study objectives. The analysis focuses on analyzing challenges faced by teacher trainees and in the use of ICT tools. The data has been analyzed using frequencies and percentages, and this is presented in the table and bar graph to make interpretation clear and easier. The findings reveal that the teacher trainees faced several challenges while in the use of ICT within teacher training colleges. The most significant challenge was inadequate of computers, which was reported by all respondents. Poor internet connectivity and limited access to ICT laboratories were also major challenges, each reported by 83% of the respondents. Furthermore, lack of ICT skills and frequent power interruptions were identified by 67% of the respondents, indicating that both technical competence and poor power reliability affect ICT utilization. Breakdown of ICT equipment was reported by 50% of the respondents, making it the least common challenge. Overall, the results suggest that inadequate ICT infrastructure, poor internet services, limited laboratory access, insufficient ICT skills, power interruptions, and equipment failures are the main factors hindering effective use of ICT among teacher trainees in teacher training colleges. Conclusion: the data analysis confirmed that while ICT integration exists in the college, several
Chapter 6, that is conclusion and recommendation. Introduction. This chapter presents the conclusion of the study and recommendations based on the findings of the challenges faced by teacher trainees in the use of ICT tools at Moi Teachers College, Baringo. The conclusions are drawn from the data collected and analyzed in chapter 4 and 5. Conclusion, the study established that ICT tools are available in the college. However, they are not sufficient to fully meet the needs of the teacher trainees. The commonly available ICT tools include computers, internet services, printers, projectors and smartboards, and educational software. These tools play an important role in supporting teaching and learning activities. Despite the availability of ICT resources, the study found that teacher trainees face several challenges that hinder effective use of ICT tools. The major challenges include inadequate number of computers, poor and unreliable internet connectivity, lack of adequate ICT skills among some trainees, frequent power interruptions, breakdown of ICT equipment, and limited access to ICT laboratories. The study further concluded that although the college provides ICT training to some trainees and offers technical support when ICT tools fail, these efforts are not fully sufficient to eliminate the challenges experienced. Some trainees still lack adequate training, while technical support services are sometimes delayed, affecting continuity of learning. Overall, the study concluded that ICT integration in the college is present but not effectively implemented due to infrastructural limitations, insufficient resources, and technical challenges. These constraints reduce the effectiveness of ICT use in teaching and learning and limit the development of digital competencies among teacher trainees. Recommendations. Based on the findings of the study, the following recommendations were made. Increase ICT infrastructure. The college should increase the number of computers and ICT equipment to ensure that all teacher trainees have adequate access during practical sessions. This will reduce sharing of devices and improve individual learning experiences. 3, improve internet connectivity. Then the administration should invest in fast, stable, and reliable internet services. Expand ICT training programs. Next, regular ICT training programs should be organized for all teacher trainees. This will help improve digital literacy, build confidence, and enhance effective use of ICT tools in academic work. Next, establish more ICT laboratories. Next, strengthen maintenance and technical support. Next, the administration should work towards ensuring a stable electricity supply or alternative backup system, such as generators or solar power, to minimize interruptions during ICT session. Last, continuous monitoring and evaluation. The college should regularly assess the effectiveness of ICT integration to identify emerging challenges and address them promptly. Our final statement: improving ICT infrastructure, training, and technical support will significantly enhance teaching and learning effectiveness and promote digital competency among teacher trainees at Moi Teachers College.
Thank you. I've seen